Hey, this is Mike Mitchell with Progressive Church Media, and in this tutorial, we're going to talk about Instagram stories. Now, if you're not familiar with Instagram or Instagram stories, that would kind of be step one. Instagram is another social media network that actually has become very popular, especially among young people. In fact, these days, it's safe to say that more young people probably use Instagram more often and more frequently than they do Facebook. And so if your church is looking for ways to do outreach on social media, and especially if you're looking to do that to younger people, Instagram is really a place you need to be. Just like I would encourage your church to have a Facebook page, you should also have an Instagram account for your church. And in fact, you can connect those two. They're both owned by Facebook. And so you can set it up so that things that you post on Instagram automatically also get posted onto Facebook. I'm not going to go into that in this tutorial, but I want to talk about a special feature of Instagram. Again, Facebook has this, but it's more often used, I think, on Instagram, and that's called an Instagram story. An Instagram story is either a photo or a video, and as the name kind of implies, sometimes it's a sequence of those that are trying to tell a story. The thing about Instagram stories is they only kind of appear for a certain amount of time, and so after you viewed them, they typically go away. So here are examples of the types of things that people might post on Instagram as a story. We always have people posting what they're eating. Here's the good old selfie, and then here's kind of a cute photo. So you can do it this way, and you'll notice if you look up here, you see these little dashes. So this person in their Instagram story has actually posted several of these. And the way it works, if you're not familiar with this, is they're timed. So after a certain amount of time, you'll go to the next image or video, and then after that one plays, you'll go to the next one. It's almost like a slideshow. So you can see in this example, this person currently has 3 things in their Instagram story, and this person has 4. So it's kind of, think of it like a slideshow. And you can just use it to post, again, photos or videos, but more and more organizations and people are getting a little more clever with what they're doing with this. Let me show you another example here. Let me move that one out of the way. So you can actually tell a story. So for example, this would be a mock-up of maybe some kind of a clothing store or a travel store where you post a series of, in this case, images. So the user would see this, and then the slideshow would go to this, and then it would finally go to this. So you can actually kind of lay these out. Again, think of it like a slideshow to actually tell a story. And so that's what I'm going to show you how you can do today. And so I have put together this template that you can use. This is done, again, using good old PowerPoint. You know how I feel about that. It's easy to use. And so let me just show you what this is. Let me get rid of this. So we've got, this would be slide 1 on life's journey, and then the user would see whether you're here or here, you're always welcome here. And so the way this is set up is, you can see I've just done PowerPoint slides that are formatted in this kind of vertical orientation. That's, think about your cell phone. That's what Instagram wants in terms of formatting for an Instagram story. So these are sized the correct way. And again, you can see this is kind of trying to tell a little story about that everyone is welcome. Now, the way this template works is, this is actually a photo of the church I attend in Atlanta, Virginia Highland Church. If you're ever in Atlanta, come and visit us on Sunday at 11 o'clock. But what you could do is just swap that out and put in either a photo of your church, or maybe you just want to put like your church logo. You could do that as well. And then what I have also done down here is just added in some little text boxes where you could put, again, your church name, or if you have a mission statement, you could put that there, and then maybe perhaps the link to your church website. So really, pretty much all you have to do with this template is decide what you're going to put here instead of good old Virginia Highland Church. So you get that done, you add any text or anything else that you want to do, and then when you get this all the way you want it, you're going to have really kind of two choices. Because again, Instagram and Instagram stories, you can post both a video or you can post a series of photos. So let's pretend that this is exactly the way I want this. So one option for me, let's say I want to post this, I'm going to post this as a series of photos. So a good old slideshow. So what I would do is I would come up here, first of all, I would just want to save this, of course, after you get it done. But then what you're going to do is you're going to come up here to File and then choose Export. And under File Format, you're going to want to choose either JPEG or PNG. Those are both image file formats that Instagram will use. So it doesn't really matter, JPEG or PNG. I tend to use PNG. I think that generally the file sizes are good. They're not too large, and also the image quality is good. But again, whichever one. And so you would do that. And then here is the key. You want to choose Save Every Slide. You're going to leave the width and the height at the defaults. You don't need to worry about that. And then you're going to come over here and click on Export. And if I do that, then that's what you're going to get. I've already done this actually. You're going to get each of those slides as an image, and then you would post each one of those onto Instagram in order to make your story. So that's one way that you could use this. Your other option is if instead of doing a slideshow, you wanted to set this up as a video, you can do that as well. So again, you would come up here to File, Export, and now you're going to choose either MP4 or MOV, which is QuickTime. Again, Instagram will work with either of these. I would recommend that you use MP4. That's a little more universally used. Instagram's going to convert what you upload into the right format, but just to be safe, I would choose MP4. And then what you're going to want to do here is, again, put this on presentation quality. And you can just leave the defaults in terms of width and height. And then you have to decide for this video that's going to create how much time you want to spend on each one of your slides. So, whoops, you got to decide from this slide to this slide how much time you want to spend. An Instagram story video, as I understand it, can only be, I think it's 15 seconds in length. So we've got 4 slides total. So we would want these, if we did each one at 5 seconds, that's going to be too long. So we're probably going to want to go down to maybe like 3 seconds. And so I'm going to choose that. So it's going to spend 3 seconds on each slide. And I am going to go ahead and click on Export. And it just did that. And so now if I bring that up, let me go to that folder. Here is my movie. Let me just scoot this up. And so let's watch. So this is what it would be. Boom, 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 boom. And again, some of it's getting caught off there on the screen, but you get the idea. And then you could post that on Instagram. And again, you could also post that, of course, on Facebook or any other social media site. So it's a very quick, simple way for you to tell a story, in this case, that you are a welcoming congregation. So give it a try and let me know If it works for you, feel free to tag us if you do this. We'll give you a like to help you kind of promote your ministry.